The heading, Introduction, setting the historical and psychological context, serves as the foundational entry point into exploring the narrative of David versus Goliath, not merely as a tale of an underdog prevailing against a giant adversary, but as a profound psychological battle rooted in faith and belief. Historically, this biblical story is set in the Valley of Elah, where David, a young shepherd, confronts Goliath, a formidable warrior, representing the Philistines. The story transcends its historical origins, symbolizing the triumph of belief, courage, and intellect over physical might. Psychologically, it examines how faith and mental resilience can empower individuals to overcome seemingly insurmountable challenges. This context is crucial as it frames the narrative not just as a literal battle, but as a metaphor for the psychological struggle of overcoming fear and the power of belief in oneself. The significance of this point lies in its ability to provide a lens through which the seemingly impossible becomes achievable. It underscores how belief systems, mental strategies, and psychological resilience can transform underdog situations into tales of victory. Historically, this narrative has inspired countless individuals and movements, serving as a powerful metaphor for overcoming adversity, which is particularly resonant in the realms of sports, business, and personal development. For instance, in sports, the narrative has often been utilized to inspire teams facing daunting odds, exemplified by the Miracle on Ice, where the underdog U.S. hockey team defeated the dominant Soviet Union team in the 1980 Winter Olympics. In business, startups often operate in David-like positions against giant corporations, using agility and innovation to carve their path, reminiscent of companies like Netflix challenging traditional media giants. Opinions supporting the psychological framing of David versus Goliath emphasize that victory often stems from an individual's mindset, courage, and innovative approach rather than sheer strength. However, challenges to this perspective arise, particularly in critiques that argue the story oversimplifies complex power dynamics and fuels unrealistic expectations for those attempting to face systemic inequalities with mere optimism and faith. This introduction sets the stage for exploring further dimensions of the main topic, connecting the historical and psychological underpinnings to broader themes such as modern applications of underdog strategies, the role of innovation and cunning in overcoming challenges, and the enduring impact of belief systems on individual and collective outcomes. It poses an intriguing question. How do faith and psychology converge to influence perceptions of power and possibility in our world? The concept of David versus Goliath, the psychological battle of faith, encapsulates the profound mental and emotional struggle inherent in facing seemingly insurmountable challenges with unwavering belief. This battle of faith is not just about the physical confrontation between a shepherd boy and a giant warrior. It's about the inner conviction and courage that empower the underdog to triumph against the odds. Faith, in this context, is the psychological anchor that fuels resilience, perseverance, and the ability to envision success despite overwhelming adversity. The significance of this psychological battle lies in its universal applicability. It symbolizes the inner struggle faced by individuals and groups when confronting formidable challenges without the apparent resources to succeed. This battle embodies the transformative power of belief as a driving force, guiding actions and decisions that might otherwise seem impossible. Historically, the story of Nelson Mandela serves as a vivid example of this concept. His unwavering faith in justice and equality, despite the formidable Goliath of apartheid, showcases how belief can sustain an individual and inspire a movement. Another modern-day example is the rise of startups like Airbnb. Initially seen as a ludicrous idea, the founders' steadfast belief in their vision enabled them to overcome industry giants, revolutionizing the hospitality sector. Supporters of this idea often argue that faith can alter outcomes by influencing behavior and mindset, fostering a sense of purpose and a positive outlook. On the other hand, critics might point out that faith alone isn't always sufficient for success. Practical skills, resources, and strategic planning are critical components that should complement belief. One challenge associated with emphasizing the psychological battle of faith is the potential for disillusionment when outcomes don't align with expectations. Faith, if not grounded in reality, could lead to reckless choices or persistent efforts in lost causes. Furthermore, skepticism surrounds the notion that faith alone can surmount all obstacles, as not all Davids defeat their Goliaths. This psychological battle of faith interconnects with other aspects of the main topic by highlighting the internal dynamics that accompany external conflicts. It underscores the mental fortitude and emotional resilience required in adversarial encounters. Faith influences strategic decisions, risk assessment, and the willingness to pursue innovation. Ultimately, the psychological battle of faith is crucial in understanding the broader narrative of overcoming adversity, reminding us that courage and conviction are often as vital as physical strength and resources in the ultimate triumph of the underdog. The concept of the psychology of faith, belief against overwhelming odds, involves understanding how faith serves as a psychological force that empowers individuals to confront and potentially overcome daunting challenges. Faith, in this context, is not simply religious belief, but the deep-seated confidence in something greater than oneself, whether it be a divine entity, an ideal, or a personal conviction. It plays a crucial role when individuals or groups face situations where the odds are stacked against them. This psychological perspective is paramount in the tale of David versus Goliath, where David's victory is not merely a physical triumph, but a testament to the power of unwavering faith. The significance of this point is profound. In the David and Goliath narrative, David's faith transforms his perceived weakness into strength, embodying the psychological battle of believing in a favorable outcome despite apparent impossibilities. This theme resonates far beyond biblical stories, influencing numerous real-world scenarios and personal struggles. For instance, consider the story of Malala Yousafzai, who fought against overwhelming odds for girls' education in Pakistan. Despite the tangible threat to her life posed by the Taliban, her belief in the importance of education and justice propelled her forward, ultimately garnering global support and recognition. Similarly, in the world of sports, the 1980 Miracle on Ice encapsulates this idea. The underdog U.S. hockey team, composed largely of amateur players, defeated the seemingly invincible Soviet team. Their belief in their collective ability and strategy against overwhelming odds was instrumental in their historic victory. There are supporters who argue that faith instills resilience, enhances mental fortitude, and fosters a sense of purpose, contributing significantly to individual and collective achievements. However, faith facing overwhelming odds isn't without challenges. Critics might question whether relying on faith could lead to reckless choices or ignore practical solutions. Additionally, the portrayal of success stories can overshadow the many instances where faith alone does not result in victory, raising questions about the survivorship bias inherent in such narratives. This psychological aspect of faith intricately ties into the broader theme of the David versus Goliath struggle by demonstrating how mental and emotional strength can influence outcomes. It suggests that success is not solely dependent on physical might, but also on an internal belief system that inspires courage and perseverance. Understanding this dynamic enhances the appreciation of the tale's enduring relevance, illustrating how faith can serve as a catalyst for achieving the seemingly impossible, thereby influencing various aspects of personal and societal battles. David versus Goliath. The psychological battle of faith delves into the mental and emotional dimensions of faith-driven conflicts, where one party appears significantly disadvantaged. This concept centers on the internal struggle and confidence required to confront overwhelming odds, as epitomized by the biblical tale of David, a shepherd who defeated the giant warrior Goliath through faith and ingenuity. This psychological aspect underscores the power of belief and mental resilience in overcoming formidable challenges. The significance of this point lies in its exploration of faith as a transformative psychological force. It emphasizes that belief in oneself, coupled with strategic thinking, can surmount even the most daunting obstacles. This mental resolve is crucial in redefining what is possible, turning perceived weaknesses into strengths, and challenging established power dynamics. In contemporary terms, the David versus Goliath scenario is observed in many real-world situations. For instance, small startups competing against industry giants like Google or Amazon illustrate this dynamic. These underdogs often rely on innovation, agility, and deep belief in their mission to carve out a niche and disrupt the market. Another example can be found in social activism, where grassroots movements, powered by conviction and social media, can influence public policy against well-established institutions. Opinions supporting this idea assert that mental attitude plays a crucial role in determining outcomes. Experts argue that a strong belief system can fortify one's resolve, enabling individuals to persist against adversity. Psychologists also consider faith as a key factor in resilience, providing the mental stamina necessary to endure and prevail. Nevertheless, potential challenges and controversies exist. Some critics argue that faith alone may not be sufficient to overcome every disparate power differential, pointing to the importance of resources, knowledge, and external support. Additionally, there is a risk of underestimating practical challenges by over-relying on psychological strength. Ultimately, this psychological battle of faith influences various aspects of the main topic by highlighting the importance of mental fortitude in overcoming adversity. It connects to other elements, such as strategic planning and innovation, as these are often necessary complements to faith in achieving success. The David versus Goliath narrative thus not only exemplifies the potential triumph of the underdog, but also serves as a testament to the profound impact of faith and belief in human endeavors. Through this lens, viewers are encouraged to reflect on the power of inner resolve in their own lives.